Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Tuesday, August 12th, 2014, around 8:50 in the morning in Billerica, Massachusetts. Nice and sunny day out. Gonna highs in the low 80s, and the humidity is going to be climbing little by little. Get out and enjoy today, because tomorrow's going to be a washout with heavy rain and maybe thunder showers in the area. Some news to report. Happy International Youth Day. And also, ESPN.com projected the Boston Celtics record for the 2014-2015 season, and they predict the Celtics are going to finish with 28 wins and 54 losses, meaning they're not going to make the playoffs again for the second straight year. That's what they're projecting, and I think they're right. And also, Detroit Tigers ace pitcher Justin Verlander is going to have an MRI on his pitching shoulder. That's not good. And the Detroit Tigers fell out of first place in the AL Central, and the Detroit and Kansas City Royals are now in first place. I think that's going to be a race. I think that's going to be a race to see who's going to get the AL Central, and to avoid that one-game playoff game against the Angels for the AL wild card. And it's gonna be real tough for the Tigers to maintain first place. I think somehow they'll do it, but I think that's really gonna be a race between them and the Royals. Okay, that's it about news. My next subject is the top 10 New Jersey Devils players of all time. My continuation series of the top 10 players of each NHL team of all time. And the New Jersey Devils started in 1974 as the Kansas City Scouts, but they didn't have success in Kansas City for 2 years. In 1976, they moved to Colorado and then became the Colorado Rockies, but they had no success either in Colorado, and they only made one playoff appearance back in 1978. And in 1982, they moved to New Jersey and became the New Jersey Devils, but for several years in the 80s, they were horrible as well, but then they got general manager and President Lou Lamoriello, and he built a consistent winner with the Devils. They won 3 Stanley Cups. They are a perennial playoff team, and their model is defensive first. They kind of were the benefactors of neutral trap for many years. That's why they won the Stanley Cup. They had a lot of great defensive players and stuff like that. And here's the top 10 players of all time in the New Jersey Devils history. At number 10 on the all-time list is Brian Gionta. Brian played 7 seasons in a Devils uniform. He was a consistent 20-goal scorer. He holds the record for most goals by a New Jersey Devils player with 48 back in 2006. The number 9 greatest Devil players of all time, Zach Parise. Zach played 7 seasons with the New Jersey Devils. He's 4th on the all-time goal scoring list with Devils with 194. He's also 9th on the all-time in scoring list for the Devils. Great player. And then at number 8 for the New Jersey Devils all-time greatest players is Kurt Muller. Kurt played 8 years in New Jersey. He was the captain of the Devils for 4 seasons. He was probably the best Devils player in the 80s and early 90s, and he was a great captain for the Devils. He comes in at number 8. Number 7 on the all-time list is Bobby Holik. Bobby Holik had 2 stints of duty with the New Jersey Devils. He's like 3rd on the all-time goal scoring list with 202 goals scored by the Devils, and he was a great player for the Devils. He won a few Stanley Cups with them. Number 6 on the all-time list of greatest New Jersey Devils, Scott Gomez. Scott Gomez plays about 8 seasons in New Jersey. He was 2000 Rookie of the Year. He was a consistent, good forward and stuff, and he won a few Stanley Cups with the Devils. He comes in at number 6. Number 5 on the all-time list of greatest New Jersey Devils players of all time, John McClain. John McClain's 2nd in goal scoring for the Devils in their history, plus 2nd time all-leading scorer. He was a real good sniper. I think he won a few cups with the Devils, and he coached the Devils for a little while. He comes in at number 5. Number 4 on the all-time list of greatest New Jersey Devils is Patrick Elias. Patrick Elias is the all-time goal-scoring leader and points leader for the New Jersey Devils. And he's only 17 more points away from reaching the 1,000-point plateau for his career, and he's probably going to get it this season. Number 3 on the all-time Devils list of greatest players of all time, Scott Niedermayer. Scott Niedermayer was a defenseman with the Devils for about 13 season. He was a great defenseman. He won the 2004 Norris Trophy. His number 27 is retired by the team, and he was a first ballot Hockey Hall of Famer in 2013. Scott Niedermayer is at number 3. Number 2 on the all-time greatest Devils players of all time, Scott Stevens. Scott Stevens played for the Devils for 13 seasons. He was a captain. He led the Devils to 3 Stanley Cups. He was a great defenseman for them. He's one of the greatest defensemen in the modern NHL era. And his number 4 is retired by the Devils, and he was a first ballot Hockey Hall of Famer in 2007. Scott Stevens is number 2. And number 1 on the all-time list of greatest New Jersey Devils players of all time is goaltender Martin Brodeur. Marty Brodeur played 20 seasons with the Devils. He holds all the NHL's goaltending records and stuff. He won multiple Vezina trophies, 3-time Stanley Cup winner, and he's the greatest New Jersey Devils of all time. He says he wants to play this upcoming season as a backup goaltender somewhere, but I can't imagine that happening. He's the greatest New Jersey Devils of all time. He's a first ballot Hockey Hall of Famer, and number 30 is going to be retired soon. He's going to be hanging up the rafters at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey soon. That's about it for the greatest Devils players. Tomorrow, on my top 10 list of all time for each NHL team, I'm going to have as the list the Quebec Nordiques / Colorado Avalanche. Thursday's going to be the top 10 greatest players of all time for the Los Angeles Kings, and Friday the top 10 players of all time for the Anaheim Ducks. And after that, I'm still working on some teams. I'm probably going to have to do the teams that won at least 1 Stanley Cup. And then I'm going to get to the teams that haven't won the Stanley Cup. It's going to be a little hard to have the top 10 players of all time for Nashville Predators, Columbus Blue Jackets, Florida Panthers, but I'll figure it out, okay? Have a good day, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. See you later.